فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبين. The hijrah of the Holy Prophet from the holy city of Makkah to the blessed city of Medina, equivalent to 28th day of February, 2026 years after the era of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The annual Tafseer organized by the International Organization of Tijaniya Brotherhood in partnership with Tijaniya Muslim Student Association of Nigeria, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria chapter, at the Faculty of Engineering Mosque in the main campus, between 5 and 6 p.m. each day of Ramadan, continues from the 51st ayah of Surah Al-Qamar. Our Sheikh, Professor Abdullah Lukine, will conduct the Tafsir, while Ustaz Abdul Mumin Yaqub will recite the Holy Quran for us, inshallah. We are streaming live on Facebook at Timsan, ABU Zaria.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولقد أهلكنا أشياعكم فهل من مدكر
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون سلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين ولقد خلقنا أشياءكم فهل من مدكر. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is now telling the Quraysh, Akufarukumu khairun min awlaikumu am lakum baratun fi zubur. When you have been asked to fear Allah, to take to admonishment, and you are not doing so, and you are doing otherwise, Allah is now asking, are you better than those that have perished before? Then know this. وَلَقَدْ أَهْلَكْنَا أَشْيَاءَكُمْ. Shia, that is your own type of parties, أَهْلَكْنَاهُمْ. Before you, we have destroyed those before you. وَلَقَدْ أَهْلَكْنَا أَشْيَاءَكُمْ وَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Therefore, is there any of you that will take heed? So whatever you are doing, ask yourself, are you the first? You are not the first. What happened to those earlier ones that are like you? This is what Allah is telling us here. These people, the Quraysh, to the extent they went and said, Nahnu jami'un muntasir. We are a group. When we come together, we'll have assistance, one with the other, and defeat this man, no matter what he brings. But they did not ask themselves. In the earlier communities that came, Allah has told us of Nuh, the people of Ad, the people of Samud, then the people of Lut, and then the people of Fir'auna. All these people, what happened? What was the end of those that fought against the Prophet? Where are they today? The same thing is going to be your end. That's why Allah is asking them, we have perished these people. Will any of you take heed and see this? The same thing, you, if you are a child, ask yourself, when you hear that a child before you was obedient, what was his end? When you hear that a child was not obedient, he was a rascal, what is his end? If you also hear that you are in the school, the one that came and said it's only student unionism he will do, he was going about, bragging about what is his end today. The ones that came and faced their studies and had first class and had second class and left the school, what is their end today? The same thing, any person that is doing anything, even if you are a businessman, you are a politician, ask yourself, what you are doing now, there are people that did it earlier than you. You belong to the same party. When you say Shia, Shia means a party of these people. Which party do you belong to in terms of character, in terms of behavior, in terms of the way you have taken to? What was their end? That is going to be your end. If today people say they want to belong to the Sufi class, they are a Tijaniya and they are taken to the Sufi part, then you ask, those that were Sufis before you, like Junaid Salih, like Sheikh Ahmad Rifai, like Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jailani, like Sheikh Al-Mursi, what was their end? You too, that will be your end. If you want to belong to those that are abusing Muslims, ask those that abuse Muslims, even in Nigeria here, what was their end? You too, that will be your end. وَلَقَدْ أَهْلَكْنَا أَشْيَاعَهُمْ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Your party, the party that is like your own party in the past, were destroyed. Will you take heed?
وكل شيء فعلوه في الزبر.
وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ فَعَلُوهُ فِي الزُّبُرِ. وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ, and everything فَعَلُوهُ, that they did, فِي الزُّبُرِ, is stated in their books. Just like you have the Zabura that Allah sent to Nabi Dawud, stating what Allah intends with human being, what they should do and how they should praise Allah, the hymns and everything. There are also books, ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد, that will detail everything that a person does. It will be there.
وكل صغير وكبير مستطر.
Finally, all of you should know this. وكل كبير وكل صغير وكبير مستتر. Everything small or big will be written down. On the day of judgment, you will find some people, they have forgotten completely what they did. Ahasehullahu wa nasuhu. Allah has enumerated it, they have forgotten it. They will find it said in a book. They will be asking, Ma li hadha al-kitabi la yughadiru sagiratan wa la kabiratan illa ahaseha. What is wrong with this book? Every little thing that I did, he couldn't even forget anything. He had to write everything. Everything that you do. Before you speak, you are free. When you speak, you are responsible for speech. Before you look in any manner with somebody, you are free. When you look and you look wrongly, you are in prison of what you have seen. In your mind, what is in your mind, only Allah knows this one. But the expression outside is known by others. That between you and Allah, Allah knows. There are people that what is in their mind, even in this world, they have been punished with. What they thought in their mind, it has been used to punish them. Because everybody has a stage. There are walis that Allah has punished because of what they thought in their minds that they should not think. Just like they are on the day of judgment, there are people that are going to come. They will, after finishing the hisab, they are not supposed to go to paradise. When they are being taken to hell, Allah will ask at the door that it should be stopped. Bring him back. Where is the Hajj? They said there's no Hajj. He has performed so many times of Hajj. Put it inside his account. Where is charity? There is no charity. He has done so many charity. Put it inside his account. By the time Allah mentions so many things, then he stands up with huge amount of work going to paradise. Angels, whenever he say yes, there was a day he was sitting down alone thinking, oh, Allah, make it possible for me to go to Hajj. He's thinking, if I can do this and do this and do this. That day I wrote it for him. But we were told by the Prophet ﷺ that whoever has good thought in his mind and he did not do it, Allah will write it for him. Whoever has and does it, Allah will make it 10 for him. Whoever has bad thought and he did not carry it out, Allah will wipe it away for him. And Allah will write it for him as one. If he carries it out, Allah will write it for him as one bad deed. But there are people that at their level, if they think bad in their mind, Allah will hold it against them. Because you have passed a stage of an ordinary person. A person that knows, that has gotten to a stage that Allah is going to talk about now, that stage you have gone to a stage that you are sitting with God, that you are staying with God. These are the people that are zakirin Allah kathiran wa zakirat. People that are always doing zikr. Man zakarani fi nafsihi, zakartuhu fi nafsi. وَمَا ذَكَرَنِي فِي مَلَائٍ ذَكَرْتُهُ فِي مَلَائٍ خَيْرٍ مِنْ مَلَائِهِ. Allah said in Hadith Qudsi, if you think of me between you and yourself, I will also think of you between me and myself. If you think about me and mention me in a congregation, I will mention you in a better congregation than your congregation. A person that has gone to that level, that always alone, he is thinking of Allah, he is mentioning Allah, he is doing zikr, he will get to a stage that he has been drawn to the seat of Allah. A person like that, if he was to have a bad thought in his mind, he will be punished for it. Because he's no more with people ordinarily. Most of the time he's with Allah and the angels and the prophets. So we have to be very careful. وَكُلُّ صَغِيرٍ وَكَبِيرٍ مُسْتَتَرٍ. Everything that you do, small or big, you will find it written down on the day of judgment is there. مَا يَلْفِظُ مِنْ قَوْلٍ إِلَّا لَدَيْهِ رَقِيبٌ عَتِيدٌ. The one that comes from statement to your handiwork, to the way your eyes move, all this one, the angels will record it. But the one in the mind is with you and Allah. If you are still a child, that of the mind is forgiven. But the good one is written for you. That's why on the day of judgment, people that have good mind and good thoughts, even the work they couldn't do, Allah will give it to them and they will see it in their mizan. Because Allah does not joke.
إن المتقين في جنات ونهر.
إن المتقين في جنات ونهر. إن المتقين, indeed, المتقين, those that fear Allah and are cautious. Whatever Allah asks them to do, they do. Whatever Allah asks them to live, they live. All their movements, they are cautious that Allah is with them. Fi jannatin, these ones are going to be in paradise. Wanahar, and these paradise that have rivers, we already know paradise. There are 4 rivers anywhere you are that are moving with you. Anharun min ma'in ghairi asnin, wanharun min labanin lam yataghayyar ta'amuhu, wanharun min khamrin lizzati sharibin, wanharun min asalin musaffa. River of clear water, very sweet. River of white, so white and brilliant milk that has the taste, and no, you will not find anything that is distasteful about it. And river of wine that will not make your head to go out of its intellect. And river of honey that is flowing. All this is in the paradise. For all those that fear Allah and follow Allah and are cautious, they will get it.
في مقعد صدق عند مليك مقتدر.
في مقعد صدق عند مليك مقتدر الرحمن. في مقعد صدق, those of them that they don't, not only did they fear Allah, they took fear of Allah to the extreme and end up not seeing anything again but Allah, not bothering about anything again about Allah. These people, they are in this, even in this world, they are sitting with Allah. Those people in the day of judgment, fi maqadi sidqin, they will also be in the sitting palace of truth. They are going to be in the sitting palace of truth. In the Malikin, with the king that is the king of all kings, Muqtadir, that has capacity and power over everything. That's where they are going to sit. When this surah started, this brings us to the end of this surah. اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر وإن يروا آية يريدوا ويكونوا سرا وكذب وتبع أهواءهم وكل أمر مستقر ولقد جاء من الأنباء مزج. Is fear, 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 fear. There are people that take all these fears and all they are with it. They are so conscious of Allah in every of their movement. These people, they are the ones that as Muslims, they are not satisfied. They go ahead and improve their life until they are a good mu'min. And at the level of Iman, they are not satisfied. They go ahead until they get to the level of Ihsan. And like Rasulullah said, what is Islam? Antumina billahi wa malaikati wa kutubi wa Islam. Ikama salat. After having faith in Allah, ikama salat wa itai zakat wa samu Ramadan wa hajj al-bayt. To do all this physical worship, everybody sees that you do it. Then iman. Antumina billahi wa malaikati wa kutubi wa rusulihi wal yawm al-akhir wal qadar khairi wa sharrihi. To have faith, your mind has complete faith in all these things. And then Ihsan, anta abudallah ka annaka tarahu, fa in lam takun tarahu fa innahu yaraka. Ihsan is to be at a level where you are seeing Allah in whatever you are doing, as if you are seeing Allah. If you can't get to that stage, you know at least Allah is seeing you. A person at this stage that took the level, here Allah took this fear to the upper limit. A person that take his own faith and fear of Allah to the upper limit in this world is already sitting with Allah. When you ask, come to Wazifa. People that are doing Wazifa, what are they saying? They don't believe there is anything living except Allah. There is anything that is established except Allah. Go ahead and make salat on Prophet. They don't believe anybody is neat enough to be close to Allah except the Prophet. Nobody can guide them except the Prophet. Most important of all, they have no leader, Sayyidina Muhammad, except the Prophet. Then they go ahead, they call Allah, 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 Allah. Then they go ahead, they praise the Prophet, because praise is above thanks. Praise is above thanks. You gave somebody a car, for example, he came, I saw the car, thank you very much. The other person keeps, I saw what you said. Look at the color of the car. Look at the tires of the car. Look at the speed. Look at the dashboard. You selected such a kind of car for me. It's now above thanks. So Jawhar Kamal is the best praise of Salat that anybody knows. By the time you praise the Prophet ﷺ, you are at this stage. So you have taken sitting with Allah to a high level. In this world already they are sitting with Allah. That's why Junaid Salih said, there are people that if you come to this world, you look for them, you don't see them. You go to paradise, you look for them, you don't see them. You go to hell, you look for them, you don't see them. Where are they? They are in the sitting palace of truth. Everything there is truth. There is nothing but truth. Nothing funny is accepted. Their mind is mind of truth. Their eyes are seeing the truth. Their speech is of truth. Their actions are actions of truth. At all the time, 100% they are with the truth. And is such a person that at that stage, you are going to find that they are in that is such a person that you are going to find at that time that as much as possible they are with Allah. That's why if you go to paradise, you don't see them. You go to hell, you don't see them. You come to the world, you don't see them. On the day of judgment, such people, when they are brought, and people are being led, go here, go there. You ask them, they don't accept. Where they don't want to go, they want to go, continue to go. Where are they going? They have never worshipped because of paradise. Not because they want paradise, they have been worshiping Allah. Not because they are afraid of hell, they have been worshiping Allah. They have been worshiping Allah because they want to be with Allah. So today, they are going to be with Allah. And people that are known for this are those, and even at the time of the Prophet, they were the prophet in his chamber. They don't care about food. They don't care about work. They are not begging also. If they go out and they walk, it's for them to get food to even bring to the house of the prophet. And they were called Ashab al-Sufa. They were there. People like Sayyidina Abu Hurairah is one of them. That's why nobody has more hadith than him. He was even a prophet. People like Sayyidina Abdullah bin Mas'ud is one of them. Abdullah bin Mas'ud, for example, he was rearing animal. He's a pygmy, very tiny. That is what you call Wadai in Hausa. Very small. And then he was wearing animal. He's a poor person. The Prophet was fasting. Then he said, Abd, the son of the mother, the slave of Adam. Say yes. We are thirsty. Can you allow us to take some milk from this head? Say no, it's not for me. I can't allow you to make any animal here. Say, what of that one that is dry? That dry one, if that dry one, you can go and make. Even if that dry one, say, milk, you can get anything out of it. First the man held the order of the dry animal, prayed on it, he swelled. Bring milk container, he milked on it. They drank and gave him the rest. He said, who are you? He said, where are you going? He went and he left the work and he started coming back. Wherever the prophet is going, he is one who carries the shoe, a slippers. He will just put it in his right hand, one here, the other one there, and carry what the prophet is making ambition. In the case of Abu Hurairah, that's how he was following the prophet. They are not bothered about looking for this world, they are not bothered about it, they just want to be with the prophet. These are the people that were later called Sufis. That Sayyidina Ali was saying, if you say you want to be Sufi, this is for taking from salt. Cutting wood that has no, it doesn't have any weight. If you push it here, it's okay. You push it here, it's okay. You press it down, it's okay. And it is saw, wow, and far. This saw, wow, and far, you must have it in you. If not, you cannot be that Sufi. You saw, you must have patience, suffer. Suffer. With your patience, you must have sidq. You must be completely truthful in your seeing, in your hearing, in your talking, in your mind, in everything about you. There's nothing that you're hiding, you are not hiding. So far, you must be clear. When anybody sees you, they must see that you are clear, your mind is clear and clear. Then, wow, that is so wow and far. Wow, would you must love. You love the presence of Allah more than anything. Whatever anybody is telling you is the presence of Allah that bothers you. Whatever anybody tells you is the presence of the Prophet that bothers you. It's not meat, money, traveling. No, you love Allah, you love the Prophet. That's good. Then, wealth. You must be going to the spring always to get what you do from them. In this case, that is the wealth we are doing. When you say wealth, it's the food you are taking from the Prophet is what is the wealth. This word of Shema Diyan is the word of the Prophet. It's not the word of Shema Diyan. It was given to Shema Diyan by the Prophet. And it's in the Quran. You make it sikwa. You make that in the Prophet. You say La ilaha illallah. Who will tell a Muslim to stop making sikwa? Who will tell a Muslim to stop making salat in the Prophet? Who will tell a Muslim to stop saying La ilaha illallah except somebody who wants to go to hell himself? And if you say, why are you calling somebody? People that are truthful in every of their implications, Allah says, go and stay with them. Even if they are weak, the Prophet is asked, stay with them. Prophet, Allah is telling him, have patience with this. No matter how weak they are, stay with them. So the person must have both word and wafai. Wafai is that he must fulfill every of his covenant that he made with Allah. That is some Sufi. The third there, he must see himself that he's indigent, he does not own anything except what Allah gives. He does not own anything except what Allah gives him. Then this person must try to be single first. He shouldn't be trying to be like every other person. Oh, that's how that person is. He wants to be alone, himself alone, following the Prophet. Even everybody fails, he will still be that single person. Then, at the end, he shouldn't see himself. He doesn't see the world, he doesn't see himself, he doesn't see anything, he only sees Allah and the Prophet. Finish. And this one is Sufi. That's why, if you like, people that are making zikr shout on top of the voice. They don't care about what you're saying. Go to the radio, call them kafir, call them munafiq, call them that have bid'ah, call them. They don't even know that you're talking because they are not seeing you. It's one that they are mentioning that they are seeing. The Sufi is like that. These people, Fimak speaking, they are the ones that are in the truthful palace where only truth is accepted. Where? In the Maliki, not in paradise, not in hell, with this king of all kings, Muqtadir, that has capacity, has power over everything. So here you can see only these two verses. In the Muttaqin fi Jannat wa Nahar, the Mahasikin in the Maliki Muqtadir. Out of these 55 verses, that is suiting, but its sweetness went to the extreme. So from here, Allah is going to say, who is this Malikin Muqtadir? That's why the Surah following it is Ar-Rahman. Surah that is talking of who is Ar-Rahman.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن
سورة الرحمن مكية وهي 77 آية. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن. This surah is called the surah of the one that is entirely merciful. Entirely merciful. Mercy in its entirety. It has 77 verses. It was revealed to the Prophet when he was in Makkah. In this surah, you are going to find that just like warning, Bakana Azabi was mentioned several times in the last surah, specifically up to 4 times or more. Here you are going to find that Allah is going to mention his different favors up to 31 times and asking questions. Here, Allah starts with saying, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have said before, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is like the signature of Allah. Whenever you see it, you know Allah is going to give a message. Then you listen to the message. Unlike us, our own signature comes after we have said something. So what we are going to say, there can be mistakes in it. So we write, go through it, correct, go through it, correct. After it, then we put our signature. In the case of Allah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, everything he says, there's no mistake. That's how it is. The whole of the Quran, 114 verses, 113 of them started with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Only one did not start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This one that did not start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, when the Prophet received that surah, he was not the one who delivered it. That one that did not start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the Prophet did not deliver that surah himself. Who delivered it? Sayyidina Ali. The Prophet, after Fathu Makkah, in the 9th year, he has sent, or is it 8th or 9th year, he has sent that they should go and perform Hajj. He himself did not perform Hajj. Going to Hajj, Sayyidina Bakr was the leader of the whole of Sahabas. They went and he was their leader. The Prophet was in Medina along with Sayyidina Ali, along with some companions, but most of them had gone. Then this surah of Tawbah came to the Prophet. When he came to the Prophet, then the Prophet said, Ali said, yes, you are to deliver this surah. Not the Prophet this time. Because it was to be delivered in Makkah. The Prophet doesn't want to be in Makkah at that time. Because the turn of the event have not come to its proper stage. Hajj was being done not at the month of Hajj, because they had shifted Hajj and it will fall in the correct place the following year. Sayyidina Ali was one that went. When he was going, he was given the camel of the Prophet, Kaswa. So they were on Hajj. From far away, they suddenly saw Kaswa was coming. Everybody believed it was Prophet's coming. Suddenly it was Sayyidina Ali. Immediately Sayyidina Bakr saw him. You are on the camel of the Prophet. You have to come and take over the leadership of Hajj. Take. No. I'm not asked to come and take over the leadership. I'm asked to come and deliver this. That Allah and the Prophet has nothing to do with mushrik as in this year. Then it went. If you are not going to help the Prophet, Allah has already assisted him. Allah has already assisted the Prophet. But at the end, the signature of the Prophet came and stamped it. What is that? That's why today, whenever you recite the protection of the Prophet is achieved. That day you cannot die. You cannot die. You see kidnappers coming, dangers coming. Put your hand on your head and kick it to say. Besides, because Jah is a system, you will not have power over you. Some people say, even once, you will not have power over you. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is the beginning of this surah. That is also the surah of Ar-Rahman. Bismillah, in the name of Allah. Ar-Rahman, the entirely merciful. Ar-Rahim, the especially merciful. What is different between Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim? Ar-Rahman al-Ashistawa. Rahmati wasi'at kulla shay. Rahman is already the biggest form of Rahman, of mercy. But in this case, it's talking of someone who is entirely merciful. Whether you are good, you are not good, you are dutiful, you are not dutiful, you are obedient, you are not obedient, all Rahmah of Allah will be with you. When the rain falls, for example, it will not go to the farm of those who are obedient to Allah. Even the sinners will go inside their farm. The air that we are breathing, the atheists, the agnostics, the pagans, the Christians, the Muslims, everybody, they partake in that air. Everything that you see that Allah opens up to everybody from His Rahmah. That's why even you in your house, when you buy food, you build your house, everybody is inside that house. The food that comes, the one that obey you, the one that don't obey you, the one that is good, everybody that comes into the house, eat from that house. That's Rahim. That's why they said entirely merciful. But Rahim is especially merciful. It's a mercy that is reserved not for everybody. In the Quran, you hear Allah say, "Inna huwa tawwabur rahim, wa huwa al-ghafurur rahim, wa huwa al-azizur rahim." These are the kind of things we have. It's reserved especially for those who have honored themselves. With what? They know they have done something wrong. Like for example, at Tawaf Rahim, you are the one that have a child. You came to the house. Where is that my child? It's not there. What happened? Then suddenly you see something is broken. Who broke this? I'm not doing that child. Everybody is keeping quiet. Who broke it? They are keeping quiet. You see this boy? That's why I've not seen him. He said, yes. It's okay, let him come to me. You intend to punish him if he comes for breaking something. You see him, you couldn't find him. As you come out of your bedroom, when you wake up in the morning, you see him kneeling down in front of the room. The day he sees you, I'm sorry. Daddy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's sleeping. I'm sorry. What happens to you at that time? You take pity of him. You forgive him immediately. You will even give him what he did not deserve at that time, or more, because of that pity. Innahu huwa tawwabur rahim. That's why if you commit sin, You go sincerely to Allah, you are begging Allah, Allah will give you a position higher than where you are. وهو الغفور الرحيم. It is reserved for people that know they have done bad and they went to Allah begging Allah for forgiveness. Not that you have done something wrong, you want to show that you have not done anything wrong. Then you bring more annoyance. That's immediately somebody tells you you have offended himself. Please, I'm sorry, I didn't know. This is where a lot of human beings have problems. They don't know how to tell people how to seek for forgiveness from people. They believe they are something. Already they are in punishment. Maybe you have done something wrong. Please, I'm sorry. Even if it's your child you have wronged, tell him, please, I'm sorry. Or your wife, tell him, please, I'm sorry. Don't you to be who I am. That's why the Prophet said he used to make istighfar every day, more than 70 times. Because he is seeing his shortcomings before Allah. Everybody is where you stay that tells you whether you have shortcomings or not. When your child is before you, he sees his shortcomings. When you are before your mother, you are seeing your shortcomings. When he is before his mother, he sees his shortcomings. When all of us are in front of the Prophet, we are seeing our shortcomings. When the Prophet is before Allah, he sees his shortcomings. Because it's enough for you to know that وَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. Allah is causing those that are praying for. Who are those prayers that are being caused? It's prayer that you are asked to pray and you went to prayer, you have gone to the mosque. الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Those that in their prayer, they are negligent. Allah called you. He's talking to you. And like I used to say several times, all of us will say our ask prayers. And as a prayer, every prayer is a communication between you and God, a personal discussion between you and God. What did you tell God? What did He tell you? What was His reply to you? You don't remember. That's how negligent you are. Will you not ask Allah to forgive you for that negligence? The Prophet said He used to make istighfar over 70 times a day. Shema Tijani, Prophet told him, he's making istighfar 100 in the morning, 100 in the evening. Salatul the Prophet, 100 in the morning, 100 in the evening. La ilaha illallah, the truthful statement that there is no truth after you. It's like you are doing backward integration. You are not up to, but you are doing it so that Allah can make you to be up to. You say La ilaha illallah, 100 in the morning, 100 in the evening. Somebody that is doing this, say you should stop it. You are told, good, go and investigate yourself. What is this? What you don't have the knowledge of, don't make judgment because somebody else has made judgment on you. Then will you take your resolution and give judgment for you? So that's the difference between Ar-Rahman, Innahu al-Tawwabur Rahim, or Innahu al-Ghafurur Rahim, Innahu al-Azizur Rahim. Somebody he is so dutiful, he is so good, he is so pious, he has stayed with the Prophet. When everybody was saying, this man is weak, Allah said, is that so? What did Allah is that? What did Rasulihi? What did Mu'min? Might, greatness, it belongs to Allah. Then the prophets. Then those that believe in the Prophet and are with him. You will see today whether I will not cover him in a special mercy. Who Aziz of Rahim. This is what is the difference between Ar-Rahman, that is entirely merciful, and Ar-Rahim, especially merciful. This Quran, Allah starts this surah with this word, with this his name, Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman, the entirely mercy. Which means the mercy of Allah that we are going to see here is for everybody. Just like he said, who will he? That's why here I'm going to tell all of us here what I was told when I was not up to 6 years old. By my sheikh from my town, Sheikh Notified. The first thing he told us, I was about 6 years old, is to learn Law Anzalna Hadha Quran. And by the time I was about 11 years old, going to do my covenant class, he said, go and be reciting this, you will pass your covenant class. This Law Anzalna Hadha Quran is talking of the attributes of Allah. Ar-Rahman is an attribute of Allah. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل الملائكة وخاشعا متصديا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس ولا يتفكرون. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله ما يشركون. هو الله خالق البارئ مسير له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. This been citing it. And ulama say when you are citing, put your hand on your head. Why? So that this attribute of Allah can get to you. Do you know why the Prophet is above every other person? He is constantly in front of Allah. And by his constantly being in front of Allah, the characters of Allah have become his character. Every character of Allah you find is king. Only one thing is I have not taken. The name of Allah himself, Allah. He's not Allah. He's a servant of Allah. Just like if we are always in presence of somebody who is good, with time you take his character. If you take the character of the Prophet, when somebody sees you, you are like his clone. When we say this is a clone computer, why do we call it clone? Because it has taken the character of a real computer. What a real computer does, he does. That's why Sheikh Ibrahim Niass, in his diwan, he was praying, وَمُدَّ صِفَاتِي مِنْ صِفَاتِكَ سَرْمَدًا وَكَمِّلْ لِإِرْفَانِ وَإِلْمِ وَسِجْدًا. O Allah, extend to me constantly your attributes. And let my knowledge of you be complete. And let my knowledge of you and this religion be strong and be straight. Always you go to Allah 5 times a day. Since you went to Allah, you can't come back as a poor person. You come back with his attributes. And these attributes are gotten from the Quran. The Quran itself is the character of Allah given to the Prophet, that has become the character of the Prophet, that the Prophet has given to you, so that you yourself can have those characters. This surah is telling us the best that can happen to you, Ar-Rahman, is that Allah has given mercy. Out of this is mercy given to everybody, open to everybody. Is Allah al-Quran, is that he taught the Quran. He has not even talked of human being yet. He taught Ar-Rahman, Allah al-Quran. He taught the Quran. In the first surah that was revealed to the Prophet, he said, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, khalaqa al-insana min alaq. Iqra wa rabbuka al-akram. He starts by saying, read, which means what Allah has taught that is above everything is this Quran. Quran is taken from the word qara'a, to read, to read, to read. What is read so many times become Quran, Allah al-Quran. He taught the reading. The cosmos that you see, everything that you see, everything is linked to the power of Allah. And all are interdependent. And when you know the Quran, everything you see the Quran mentioning all, linking all the way they are. Ar-Rahman, the merciful, the entirely merciful. Allah al-Quran, he taught the Quran. He didn't put wow of conjunction in between Ar-Rahman and as if you see Allah as entirely merciful, then the next thing is know that he taught the Quran.
خلق الإنسان علمه البيان.
خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. خلق الإنسان, he created insana, man, علمه البيان, and taught him bayan, that is talking. Bayan, explanation, talking. This is what differentiates between you and the animal. Animal, all that animal has, you have as an animal. But what makes you a human being is that you have a heart that desires, that thinks. You have a brain that coordinates, and then you can talk to say what's in your mind, to express it. This one, Allah to touch it. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم. Your Allah, your Lord, Rabb is the most generous. Allazi Allah will call. One of his biggest generosities is that he taught you by the pen to read and write. Allah al-insana ma lam ya'lam. And he taught man what he does not know. Like I said that day, Rabb is what Allah puts between you. Said Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. He put Rabb between Allah and Ar-Rahman. In Fatiha, when you say Alhamdulillah, this is Allah. Rabbil Alamin, Rabb, Ar-Rahman, then mercy. Because Rabb is the one that is educating you, nurturing you, protecting you, see that you grow. That is the meaning of Rabb. That's what your parents are going to do. That's why this womb that held you, the name of it is Rahima, Rahima, mercy. That's why even when a man and a woman, there is divorce in between them, the child is asked to go to the woman or to the mother's side because they take that love. They are the ones that have that love with them. They are the ones that have that womb with them. Here, man must know that this love is very important. Mercy, care, compassion is very important. So you find in some books they say, Ar-Rahman, the compassionate, or the merciful, or the most compassionate, or the most merciful. This compassion is what is given to the mother. That's why he is the first, he is your first Rob. He is your first what? Rob. Rabbi irhamhuma, the real, the absolute Rob. Have mercy on my parents, Kamara Bayani, as they did this upbringing for me. Sakina, when I was small. Because the person that does the upbringing takes what was nothing and makes it into something. The same way, if your mother carried out his duty very well, and your father carried out his own, and your teacher carried out his own, it will come finally to Allah and the Prophet. And by the time the Prophet, you follow the Prophet sincerely, you are going to be fi maq'ad sidqin inda malikin muqtadir ar-Rahman. That's why you're going to end up. You will find out that nothing is worth it except Allah and the Prophet. Khalaqa al-insana. Anywhere he mentions man, most of the time in the Quran, he said he's created. But whenever he mentions Quran, you will not see anywhere that he said Quran is created. So Quran is not created. It's a sifa, it's an attribute of Allah that is given to the Prophet and he gave it to us. Today, we don't have anything in the world more than the Prophet and this Quran. The Prophet, your mind can hold him with love. The Quran, your mind can hold it in its memory or learn it. Then the person now used to say, Ahlul Quran, Ahlul Lahi. People of the Quran, they are the family of Allah. Who are these? Those that commit the Quran into memory, or those that are studying the Quran all the time that the Quran has become part of them. So let us take this Quran and try to be part of people of Allah. Allah said, Allah taught him explanations, the differences of things. Your mother is the first to tell you, don't eat this one. This is what you eat. You give me water to drink. First from his breast milk, from her breast milk. Then later you bring food. You know, this is rice, this is beans. You are playing with your own death. Stop playing with your urine. Stop playing with your death. It's not correct. You are taking something that is not supposed to appropriate in your mouth. You take your hand from it. You protect it to make sure you don't eat it. If not, the child will eat anything. Even if he sees gutter in front of the house, you take it and drink. But you don't know the difference. So the first person to teach you the differences, these differences, is your mother. Like your mother is teaching you with love, with compassion. That's how the Prophet is. Bil-mu'minina ra'ufun rahim. To those who believe in him, that they follow him, he will teach them with love. The same way when you are going to teach children with love, not with beating. You beat. No, you don't know it. Teach with love. The mother used to teach with love. The mother, if he wants to beat his child, he raises her hand. Before she comes down with the hand, the heart is already broken. But the father is the father. He would have hit maybe 2 or 3 times before he remembered that it's his son. And he was given to bring up. Your children are given to you to bring them up. The same way your wife is given to you. Young, so that you can bring her up to what you want to be. In bringing somebody up, love has to be there. That's why you find bringing up a child is a very difficult thing. Because it's very difficult, Allah put love in you. You love this child. You see him as part of you. Without love, you are able to do it despite the difficulty. Bringing up a wife and putting him in your house is very difficult. Staying with a man you have never known before is very difficult. So Allah puts Allah says, I put love and compassion. See, Rahmah has come with you. With this love and compassion, this difficulty, you surmount it. You overcome it. But without this love and compassion, it's not possible. That's why let us hold to compassion. Let us hold to love. خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. Allah is one that taught this man explanations. But why is it that Quran came first? Quran has come first because Quran is a gift of Allah. It is there forever. Even on the day of judgment, you will be asked to recite the Quran that you used to recite in the world. But only that time, as you are reciting it, at any time, you are increasing and getting into position is getting higher. The position you enter paradise is different. But every second, we are increasing in that position. So Quran is there before mankind. But mankind is taught the differences in everything using the Quran.
الشمس والقمر بحسبان.
الشمس والقمر بحسبان. Allah is now telling us. Yes, finish talking of the Quran, Sifat, which is attribute of Allah. He has talked of man, creation of Allah, and he has talking of what he created for man now. He's going to what is attribute. Ash-Shamsu wal Qamaru bihusban. This sun that you are seeing and this moon that you are seeing, they are there in measured movement, in measured sizes, in measured work that they are supposed to do, bihusban. And all these are subject, all the work they are doing is for human beings. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمْ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا مِنْهُ وهو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسويهن سبع سماوات. This firmament you are saying, Allah created it for you. How can you be worshiping what was created for you? So he's now telling us, this sun that we are seeing is so much bigger than the earth that 1 million of this earth can enter it in terms of volume. And the sun itself, when you take it to the biggest star in the universe, over 1 billion of it will enter that star. And the Milky Way galaxy is only one galaxy, the one that we can see. The one that we cannot see can only be palpated magnetically. It's agreed that the galaxies that are there are over 1 trillion. We are only in one. And in that one, the stars that are here are between 10 to 40 billion. The stars. The sun is only one star, that our Earth is a planet going around. And we are only in this small one here. And we are making noise. That's what Allah is telling you. He would come and tell you later on, all is for you. And when it is done, we wipe them away. Ash-Shamsu wal Qamaru bihusban. These are the two that you can clearly see in the sky. That's what Allah is mentioning them for you. This sun that you see, that is responsible for all the energy you have. It's responsible for the light that is coming to earth. It's responsible for the air. It's measured in its movement and its duties. This moon that you see, that is responsible for giving you measurement of every month. You know the month. But for example, we Muslims, without the moon, we don't know when the month has changed. Because when you say January, February, it's a calculation. It's not by seeing. But the moon, you see it come. Then it will come back as a tiny then it will go big until it becomes big, then it goes down again. When it is finished, we mention 1 month has gone. Then the sun, all our worship of the day is built on the sun. The sun comes out in the morning. We don't know that we are the one going around it. Because it's a relative movement. When the sun comes out, we start our worship. By noon, after noon, we go to Allah. By Asr, we go to Allah. Immediately sunset, after sunset, we go to Allah. In the night, Isha, we go to Allah. But our annual worship, we count the moon. The moon has come, this is the Hijjah. We go to Hajj. Then Muharram, Safar, Rabiul Awwal, we do our Mawlid. Up to the time it's Ramadan, we do our fasting. See, Allah made it easy for us. Al-Shamsu wal-Qamaru bi-Husban.
والنجم والشجر يسجدان
وَالنَّجْمُ وَالشَّجَرُ يَسْجُدَانِ. Allah has told us, He has given us the firmament, the one we can easily see. It is there. Bi-Husban, they are there serving us with calculated movements, with calculated duties. The sun emanates the heat from it. It comes to earth, you have the sun, the heat. You have the light, washamsi, wa duhaha. When you say duha, it means light that has heat in it. Wal qamara muniran. When you say munir, light that has no heat in it. This one is in heat. He has finished with telling us what we should look at up that he has subjected to us. Then he comes to the earth. One najmu, all plants that lie on earth that crawl are called najmu. One shajaru, all plants that are standing on stems, they are standing, have trunk, they are called shajaru. Yes, Jidan, all of them they are prostrated to Allah. It's because they are prostrated to Allah, you can go and cut, they are standing. They don't ask you, don't cut me. They submit to Allah. Allah, whatever Allah asks them to do, whatever you want to do with them, they have been asked if they are for your benefit. You want to cut a tree, it will wait. You are cutting, it will not resist. When you finish cutting, you take it, you go. You go and cut it, it does not resist. You plant beans, it will crawl. It will bring its beans for you. You want to cut it, it will not resist. That's why Sheikh Muhammad Sheikh, Allah have mercy on him, he used to say, when you see tree, when you see leaves, when you see branches, if you don't need it, don't cut it. Because Allah gave you something does not mean that you can waste it. Don't just, you are going on the road, just cut. But if you need it, cut it and use it. One najmu, one shajaru, just do that. All of them are prostrated in submission.
والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان
والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان. والسماء, this firmament, this sky, we now raise it. ووضع الميزان, and we put in there a measurement, a scale of measurement, that everything is measured. There's oxygen is this amount, carbon is this amount, nitrogen is this amount. From this to this sphere, this is what happens. From this sphere to another sphere, this is what happens. From this sphere to another sphere, that's what happens. Now there's oxygen here. You go to another sphere, there's no oxygen. You come to another place, there's oxygen is finished. That's why sometimes you are in the plane, you are flying where there's no oxygen. The only oxygen that you have is the one inside the plane. When it becomes scarce, they will produce an artificial oxygen again. They say, put it and cover your mouth with it. Because that's Allah created. Each sphere has its own. You have the ozone layer like that up to the sky. I lifted it. Don't think I just did it. There is scale of measurement in each of it. Or that means that this scale of measurement is there. It will work with it forever. If you never disobey this scale of measurement, of how we should behave. May Allah grant us the knowledge of Quran. May Allah make us to take benefit of this world and use it to do for the hereafter. May we be true servants of Allah. May the prayers of Allah be more important to us than the prayers of any other thing. May Allah forgive us all our sins. May Allah forgive our parents their sins. May Allah forgive our ulama. May Allah reward them for us. May Allah reward the Sahabas for us. May Allah grant Nigeria peace and security. The lack of insecurity is too much. May Allah bring peace. All these people that are bringing this problem for us, may Allah weaken them. May Allah destroy them. May Allah assist us with what we shall eat. As the sunlight is approaching, may Allah give us what we shall wear for ourselves. The good we shall eat to celebrate. May Allah give it to us. May Allah give us what we shall ride, the clothes we shall wear, the house we shall stay in. Those of us in a rented house, may Allah grant us our own houses. We don't have to stay in rented houses. Those of us looking for wives, may Allah grant us beautiful wives, patient wives, and beautiful ones. Those of us looking for husbands, may Allah grant us compassionate husbands. May Allah also bless us with children that are beautiful. And may Allah put compassion between all of us. We are begging Allah that He should guide our leaders aright, that He should guide Nigeria aright. And all those intending Islam with evil, may Allah destroy them. All those assisting Islam, may Allah assist them. All those assisting Muslims, may Allah assist them. We are asking Allah that He should distance sickness from us. This dangerous sickness that is available today, may Allah take it away from us. Whether it's cancer, whether it's diabetes, whatever it is, may Allah take it away from us. We are asking Allah to grant us peace in our homes, to grant us peace in our work, to grant us peace on the road when we travel and wherever we go. We are asking Allah to reward the Prophet for us, to grant us the love of the Prophet, and to also make us to be beloved with the Prophet. We are asking him that we should leave this world with the statement of La ilaha illallah.